we're talking to rural Arkansans about why it's important to repower America with clean energy.
Well, I just think it's important that Arkansas, we really ought to be in control of our own energy future, and we're not at this time. And I think it'd be a wonderful thing if Arkansas and America could be energy independent. Some nations have achieved that. I think it'd be a wonderful thing if we could do that. And I think everybody agrees we definitely need to end our dependence on foreign oil, or at least reduce it. And we also know that climate change does threaten our national economy and our Arkansas economy. And there's going to have to be some action taken dealing with climate change.
You want to go ahead and switch the cards out real quick?
Was that close enough to
That was
your
good.
script?
That was good.
Just go on to the next one.
Yes, sir.
I really believe that in Arkansas ingenuity, I've seen it work in several areas before, and I know if we had a commitment to clean energy and energy independence in Arkansas, we could achieve it. And we just simply can't leave it up to the Washington lobbyists and the corporate polluters and other people who seem to be satisfied with the status quo. We've relied on the status quo for too long. We need change.
Go ahead, switch.
And the bright side of doing something about energy independence is that the job creation. You know, there can be a lot of jobs created, and good jobs in the state of Arkansas, and keep our people here that have been leaving. Because a clean energy economy, all the experts say, will create a lot of new technologies, new businesses that we could have right here. There wouldn't be no reason that they couldn't be located right here in Arkansas. And we know cleaner energy sources, I just think it's good. It's just good policy, and we ought to be doing it. We ought to be shifting away from what we've been doing, because it just hasn't worked very well. Can't clean energy jobs, and we had that, we create those industries here. They'll be here and they'll be dependable. They won't be leaving and going offshore like so many of our industries have in the past. I think when you create those jobs, they ought to be stable. All right, that's the end of that one. I kind of fumbled around over it.
No, you're just fine. You're the human touch.
Some experts say we'll create up to 25,000 clean energy jobs in Arkansas by moving toward a clean energy solution. And that's not anything to be sneezed at in this day and age. And all of our communities are hurting. Practically, especially East Arkansas, is suffering population loss. And all the rural counties between Memphis and Little Rock, the biggest majority of them are having population loss. And we definitely need to do something to reverse that situation. And I just think it just makes a lot of sense. We can save money, clean up our environment, and create jobs for our people right here at home. Keep my kids and grandkids living right here in Prairie County, where I would hope they would make their homes. I can't read the bottom of there. Pete, what does that say? Because, or Gene? Because the...
Oh, because the sun and wind are free.
Yeah, because the wind and sun are free.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. And one good thing about tapping into the energy from the wind and the sun, they're free. They're there for everybody to use. And there's a lot of energy created by the sun and a lot of energy created by the wind that we haven't tapped into.
All right. And anything you want to add, just personally, or what that you feel is important that you would like to have said?
Yes, I think this is such a complex issue, climate change, and what's happening around the world, and we know there is change going on. What needs to be done about it, I don't know. I'm a farmer by trade and a farm activist in my other life. But we do know this, something is going to have to be done to address it. The Supreme Court has mandated that. And I would certainly argue that it makes much more sense to seek a legislative solution than it does to rely on a regulatory agency to implement what change that we're going to have. I'd a whole lot rather be working with Senator Lincoln as chairman of the Senate Ag Committee and our other delegation, Congressman Marion Barry and others from Arkansas, in developing a solution and developing a policy, as I had to take it as a mandate from the Supreme Court down to the Environmental Protection Agency and other regulatory agencies. So I think it's crucial that we be involved in the legislative process and develop a plan, a policy, if you will, that makes sense for everyone, so we can accomplish the things that we've already talked about: jobs, cleaner environment, new energy sources. So I think that's the direction we should be going. We ought to do it legislatively.
Okay. And in that vein, if you could say something to Senator Lincoln and Senator Pryor about supporting this, what would you say?
Okay. Well, I know Senator Pryor and Senator Lincoln both personally. Have had a lot of contact with them over years, and I have a lot of respect for them. And I would urge both of them to get behind a policy that would accomplish what we know can be accomplished by moving toward a cleaner energy policy. And I think you'll see both of them be supportive of a plan that would move us toward this goal. Something like that.
Yeah,
Perfect.
you nailed it.